have even begun to reduce sentences or avoid sending defendants to the facility altogether due to its notorious reputation. In January, U.S. District Judge Foreman allowed Gustavo Chavez, convicted of drug crimes, to remain free on bail rather than be sent to MDC Brooklyn before sentencing, calling the jail's conditions unacceptable. Foreman noted that even prosecutors no longer disputed the facility's failings. Similarly, in August, U.S. District Judge Gary Brown said he would vacate a tax fraud sentence if the defendant was to be sent to MDC, offering home confinement as an alternative. In response to ongoing concerns about the conditions at MDC Brooklyn, the Bureau of Prisons stated that it had temporarily paused sending convicted individuals to the facility to serve their sentences. As of Tuesday, 43 people were serving their sentences in a minimum security unit at the jail. A spokesperson for the Bureau emphasized their commitment to protecting inmates and noted that safety protocols are regularly reviewed, with corrective actions implemented when necessary. Earlier this year, the Bureau formed an urgent action team to address the numerous challenges facing MDC Brooklyn. Despite these efforts, Combs's attorney, Mark Agnifilo, argued in court that the facility's harsh environment would make it difficult for his client to adequately prepare for trial. Constructed in the 1990s to alleviate overcrowding in New York City prisons, the Metropolitan Detention Center (MDC) primarily holds inmates awaiting trial in Brooklyn and Manhattan federal courts. Michael Cohen, a former inmate at MDC, recently shed light on the harsh conditions Sean "Diddy" Combs is facing there. He described the living quarters as cramped and uncomfortable, with Combs waking up on a steel bed with a thin mattress and no pillow in a small 8 by 10-foot cell. Cohen, who was incarcerated at the prison in 2020, explained that inmates in the special housing unit, where Combs is currently held, only have a 3 by 5-foot space to move around. He added that in the early days, prisoners often didn't have access to books or other comforts, making the initial experience particularly grueling for Diddy. The closure of the Metropolitan Correctional Center, MCC, in Manhattan in 2021 followed a series of troubling revelations, including those brought to light after Jeffrey Epstein unalived himself in 2019. The facility had been notorious for poor security, severe staffing shortages, and unsafe, deteriorating conditions like falling concrete and freezing temperatures. Following the closure, detainees were transferred to MDC Brooklyn, or Otisville Prison. Sean "Diddy" Combs's legal team has argued against his pretrial detention at MDC Brooklyn, citing